What's up, FootGolfos, and welcome to the real season finale of this season of FootGolfos. It's crazy raining outside, thunderstorms, lightning, sounds, and all sorts of things. But today we have, for real, a good connection. We have the same camera as always, and let's see if we can finish the show today, because today we're gonna talk about former professional footballers that really dive into FootGolf. So, without further ado, let me introduce you my partner in crime, Mr. Piero Menor. How are you today, Piero? Welcome to
Hola, Mariano. Hola a todos. Hello. It's very scary to be here right now because behind you guys, I can see a lot of lighting. As you can see, I don't have any light on me because usually the sun
like
will.
You're usually very bright. Like you're becoming me, basically.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like a ghost today. I'm like Andres Iniesta, one of my favorite players. He was the color I am today. But yes, Mariano, happy and sad at the same time to finish this first season. We've been doing this for the last 2.5 months. I think everything has started like a quarantine activity, try to get everybody together. And we end up doing, I think, a pretty good football show, trying to focus on different things every week. And I think it's good to see everybody, at least through the comments and the shares and everything, and stay in touch with all the community before we can come back to the greens, which is actually something that is happening, Mariano, all around the world already.
Yes. It is happening all around the world. People are back at playing FootGolf. And let me tell you, Piero, the show the last one we have, it went FootGolf viral. And that's because everybody's back at playing FootGolf and everybody's happy and they want to see themselves in the show. So great audience on the last one, that is for sure. And also, Piero, do you remember the ball finale? We gave people, and we have a winner. The Jabulani end up winning the contest as the favorite ball to play FootGolf. So last episode, we talked for 100 hours about balls, and we end up with a winner.
It was a little controversial. I got a message from Jim Kuipers. He was complaining about the semifinals. He thought the Spitzel lost against the Jabulani on semis.
Yes.
He thought the Spitzel would beat the Europass. So he believed the Spitzel Jabulani would be the ideal finale because he thinks they are the two most popular balls. Hey, but the Europass made it to the final, beating the Team Haste, which I thought was surprising because
very surprising.
I don't know. I see a lot of Team Haste. I don't know. Yeah, probably the same as Europass.
I think Europe is pretty popular in Europe.
Yeah, I think the Terra Passers helped the Europass, and then the Team Hasters too didn't help their brother Team Haste to win that semifinal.
I love these names. I love these names. So how would you call, like, you're calling Team Hasters, Spitzelsters, and so how in football we have botineras. How would you call a FootGolfera? Like a Spitzelera, Shabulanera?
Spitzelera, yeah. The women who like you only because, or the men who love women just because they are very successful in FootGolf. That's gonna happen. Actually, we can say this. Lucinda met Ben Clark through the internet.
Yes.
She was watching on Periscope the World Cup in Argentina, and she fell in love with Ben Clark.
And then she met him, and she realized that it wasn't that awesome. So.
FootGolf stories.
Yes, talking about England. So Piero, talking about England and Jabulanis and Spitzelers and Botineras and whatnot. We have a glamorous guy that you interviewed one time, and we talked about this yesterday. So we're gonna go briefly on this just to show people, because we never got to see the full interview. But again, we're gonna give real quick a tease on an interview we have for later.
And on spending a lot of time here, and I mean, who wouldn't? It's Miami.
You know what? You ever play FootGolf in your life?
And that is David Beckham, ladies and gents. We're gonna have him later in the show because this guy always puts his job on the line for FootGolf.
Yeah. Do I have to speak about David Beckham's smell again, or it was pretty clear yesterday how he smelled?
No. If you didn't get it yesterday, you can watch the episode from last night. So Piero, I think a lot of people tune in today and share and watch the video because this guy right here is going to give away the shirt, the polo of Fabian Ayala, the one and only El Raton Ayala. He's giving away one of his polos to the person that is going to be drawn from a poll of people who share the show. So, guys, again, please, I know this is the last one, so share it as much as possible. To those of you who are sharing like 17 or 18 times, we're going to cap it at 4 shares, unfortunately, because last time we have the amazing Sean Rontree. We haven't decided yet. We haven't heard from him on how to say his last name. He shared 18 times, and that is amazing. That is the best thing that could happen to us because that means that somebody else out there watch FootGolf. Not FootGolfos, just FootGolf. And that's the whole reason about sharing, and caring. So, Piero, share for cities, okay? So, let's move on to the next topic, okay? I think it's world rankings because we're not gonna give away, go again with the quarantine FootGolf. We already gave our time yesterday for those guys. So let's jump into the things that we couldn't give our people. The world ranking, Piero. This is controversial. I must say. I must say.
No, I mean, it's not controversial. It's just the world rankings before everything started. And as we said yesterday, it's weird because we don't see many Europeans in the top 10, which is usually what happens with the World Tour. And only 2 big tournaments happened before the pandemic arrived. It was the 250 in Brazil and the 500 in Las Vegas. And both tournaments were played.
And you know what is funny, Piero? We said it yesterday.
What is funny?
The funny thing is that there is a former soccer player, a former football player that played in Estudiantes de La Plata, Gonzalo Novosad, is leading the ranking. Piero, we saw you there in the 4th place. We made our joke yesterday about you being 4th, so congratulations to you. But a thing that we didn't cover yesterday, you know what it was? The ranking of the female foot golfers around the world. And coincidentally enough, you know what happened? We have a former she basically is a former everything because she played every single sport in the world. But we have the Mexican and Julie Ladron leading the world ranking right now, right here. And that's a brief news, a brief recap of what we couldn't do yesterday. And if you want to give something else.
Let me say something real quick, Mariano, about Anjuli. For people who doesn't know, Anjuli is the national goalkeeper of the Mexican national team, beach football. She plays for the national team of cricket, Mexican national team.
Oh wow!
She also played for the American football team in national in Mexico. She played for the FootGolf national team as well. And I think I'm missing a couple of sports that she also practiced at a professional level. She's also the goalkeeper of Tigres. She just retired from professional soccer, football. So, and now she's the number 1 in the world. And Julie Ladron, congratulations. I had the chance to stay with her in the house with some other people in Las Vegas. And she's a really professional girl, very, she knows what she wants and she really wants to be in Japan. She didn't qualify last year. So I'm pretty sure Anjuli is going to be representing Mexico again at a World Cup. So
for sure, it's good. It's good. So it's good. Also today we don't have a picture of the posting, but the FIFG made an announcement today that they made an encuesta. How do you say?
A survey.
They made a survey sending a message to all the presidents of the different federations around the world, asking them if it's a good idea to take on the regional championship, given that there are some regions that might be able to play maybe not travel internationally, but still play in each country and still compete at a regional level, which I think it's a great idea. And hopefully we can compete here in the region of our own, Piero. But
sure, yeah. I mean, why not?
yeah,
As long as we can. We always say so hard to control all the world. We can see this with like some governors can't control their own country in politics, you know. So for FootGolf to be controlled under the same rules for the whole world right now, it's hard. So I think it's a pretty good idea to deliver this decision to every federation, every region. And hopefully we can play tournaments here, Mariano. I think there are some tournaments announced. For example, we have one in Memphis in August, and that's going to be a 5.
Michigan, there's one in Michigan. Yeah, it's
Michigan,
the first one that is going to open up. We travel every year to Michigan. This year, I don't think I'm not still feeling safe to travel on an airplane, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe in a month, I'll change my mind.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
We'll see.
But with this whole stoppage and the pandemic and seeing our shows and being pumped again with FootGolf, you know, I think who we might recover. We might recover a FootGolf gem. And yes, a FootGolf gem. Sir Alex Hood from Boynton Beach.
Oh my God!
He is eager to get back on the course, and he actually say, I want to make it a run for Japan. Wow. But for those of you who don't have a clue of what we're talking about, right, Piero? Because some might ask, who is Alex Hood? Well, yes. I think you were the first one to meet him, right?
I met him, yes, in a tournament. He looks like a surfer more than a soccer player, you know? So you are like, wow.
There's a reason on why.
There is a reason, yeah. And it's fun because today we're focusing on pro footballers who play FootGolf, but there's some other pro athletes who play FootGolf, like we just said about Anjuli. And Alex, he's a former skimboard champion.
Yep.
Skimboard, Mariano, can you explain what skimboard for the people? Because you actually practice sometimes skimboard.
I went with him to a competition. So skimboard is those people that you see that they have the little boards and they run towards the shore on the waves they just throw the board and jump. Well, you know what? Why don't we take a look at it?
Sure.
We all have different backgrounds before we started playing FootGolf. Some of us were strikers, goalies, or even football kickers. But this time I traveled to West Palm Beach in Florida to play around with Alex Hood, an ex-professional skimboarder who fell in love with FootGolf.
So it's a blessing that I found this sport. I really love it with all my heart, and skimboarding is good and all, you know, I love that too, but it's just, I'm an old vet in that, and I know I can kick solid for another 10 to 15 years, and skimboarding it's a young man sport. Good shot! Woo! Yeah, I love it.
So listen, how many times you play a week?
3 to 5. Practice, it makes perfect, you know? That's what they say. It really does help a lot.
No doubt about that. But before we finished playing, after I tee off in hole 18, my ball went into the water. And trust me, you won't believe what happened next.
It's your ball.
This is friendship.
That's the rule. You gotta get your ball if it goes in the water, but this is my friend.
Thank you, Alex. A true foot golfer.
Alex Hood, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who didn't know him, well, Alex FootGolf. What a great guy. What else can we say? He's one of the characters that we need back in FootGolf. And that video was shot in Atlantic, right here, an hour away. That course is no longer existing here in the United States, unfortunately, and that's why Alex is not longer. But we're all pushing to try to get a course open, and he actually said that a friend that lives in a golf course let him dig a hole in his backyard so he can just play, you know, there and use the golf course as part of the course. So that, I think that was pretty cool.
And it's something, let me say something about Alex before we leave. He's a fantastic guy, but it's funny because since he comes from sports like skateboarding or skimboard, where you have to practice the same trick every day, he got a football course right by his house, and he was going every day to play, every day, morning, afternoon, practicing putts, approach. And at one point, it was so hard to beat him because he was playing so good every day, practicing.
It was impossible for him to miss a 7-foot putt.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe he's not maybe as powerful with a bombazo, but he can drive the ball. Precision. And at one point, it was so hard to beat him because he never missed a putt, So practice obviously gets you better. And Alex, you're a great player, so you have your spot safe for sure in the football world.
Hell to the...
Okay, Mariano, we can continue, man.
All right, so now time for the professionals. We started yesterday the show talking about how it's been portrayed around television. Because, commercials, TV commercials, you got this crazy Rooney, the Real Madrid versus New York Cosmo challenge. They don't make any fucking sense. Like, that is not FootGolf. And people that watch these commercials, they don't even know that FootGolf exist, right?
Exactly.
So
I think that's the main thing about these commercials, Mariano. They don't really sell the game. Obviously, if this is a marketing campaign, they're not trying to promote FootGolf. But this is giving the people a wrong impression about what's the sport. Yeah. And I think a lot of people have find something that thinks that FootGolf is hitting the golf flag with your ball.
Yeah.
Nope. See, a lot of people think that's FootGolf or that actually is a thing.
Yeah.
And this type of, commercials we see, they don't really help to understand that we are really a sport and that you can really play this sport,
Because it seems like it's just a fun activity that you can play at Disney.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's actually a course in Disney, so it makes a stronger case to that point. And it's a Mickey Mouse course with Mickey Mouse everywhere. But we actually did get some players to come and play. I think you got in touch with him. You have a pretty neat story with him, right?
Yes, we're talking about Thibaut Courtois, the Real Madrid goalkeeper. I think I said yesterday. I saw him a picture on Facebook or Instagram. He was playing golf, and I just write a message like I usually do. Hey, Thibaut, why don't you play FootGolf instead of golf? So instantly he writes me back, and we start talking, having a conversation with Thibaut Courtois, which is somebody like I'm supposed to hate because he abandoned Atletico to go to Real Madrid. But I was like, wow, I'm talking to Thibaut Courtois, and he's like, oh, I love to play. So after a while, he played FootGolf in Belgium with I think with Rudy and some of the guys in the Belgium Federation. And then this summer, he was in Tenerife. I saw him on Facebook, on Instagram, because I never met him in person. And I was like, hey, Thibaut, you should go play FootGolf with the guys in the Canary Islands. So I hooked them up. They play, and this is what we're watching. And actually, I talked to him on Friday to see if he could send us a video. I insisted him yesterday, but it's not the same to insist to Matias.
Once you get to Real Madrid, you become if he was in Atletico still, he'll be like, yes, Peter, of course. How would I not make a video for you? And if you're Atletico, you give. If you're Thibaut Real Madrid, you're like, ooh, and there's a guy actually talking about Atletico de Madrid, Piero. If I'm not mistaken, Luis Garcia, right? Luis Garcia right. is a Atletico player.
He's more famous. Yeah, he's more famous for playing for Liverpool because he won
to the Englishman, maybe.
Yeah, that 2004, I think it was.
He was part of that team
against AC Milan, that incredible final, and Luis Garcia was part of that team, and he was playing FootGolf because he's an ambassador of La Liga. I actually also was in the making of this video because the guy who organized it asked me if we could play, and anyways, they played, but Luis Garcia is another example of a guy who makes the video and he plays FootGolf with a YouTuber or anything, but he wouldn't join a tournament. And this is what we see a lot, a lot of players going for a show.
At least in this video's defense, they're at least saying hole one, they're playing each hole. It's not like the Real Madrid one that they were just like FootGolf and they were kicking on a whatever thing, like this at least seems more like it. I saw this video before, and I know they do some incoherent shots when they need to putt. So that takes the reality out of it. But I like this, and we'll see it later. But in Argentina, they did something similar with ex-professional players. But at least we'll talk about later about that. But it's great at least to see former
it's good. I
professional
would
players to see.
just to be a little picky. I would have loved, instead of Luis Garcia against a YouTuber, which also obviously gives you views, which is what La Liga probably wants with this.
Yeah,
I would play Luis Garcia against Alberto de Benito or Michael Garcia or any Spanish player that can show that the sport for real exists, and this guy plays the sport, and they play Luis Garcia. And this is okay, you know, but they always forget about the sport. They just try to focus on the fun thing, which is understandable. But as a foot golfer, you want the sport to be a little bit more present in this type of videos.
Yeah, for sure, Piero. And we got better examples on playing against professional players, and one of them is the one and only Paul Oliver. He got together. I'm not sure about the story, but I know he played against the former goalkeeper of England. I think his name is David James.
David James, Mariano, what type of childhood did you have, man?
I'm
Or how
from
old are you?
Argentina, Goicochea. What do you
Pero
mean?
Argentina,
El Goico,
Argentina-
Roa keeping against Pumpido. I don't know David James. I mean, no disrespect, David, but
in England, man, you are brother countries, man. You love England, they love you. You should know everything about it.
This guy was in the 86 games against Maradona? No?
No,
Oh,
no,
he was
no.
the
He was
keeper? Okay. No,
It was
just
in the,
making
it
sure.
was in the 90s, but yeah, David James against Paul Oliver. I love this challenge. I think
This
Paul,
is a
at
better
one
example
point-
on how to promote the sport for real.
Yeah, I think it's a good example, and they are playing. It's good content for the internet. You showcase the sport. You're using a player, an actual player from FootGolf.
What a putt he just made. Let me tell you that. I mean, I'm impressed that Paul Oliver allowed him to play with the silver bullet, because I know he loves that ball. And I know he just purposely missed the putt, because I know he doesn't miss from that distance. So he's giving a little bit of show. Let me give him that. Although David,
Well,
penalty for
losing. He
you,
ended up
penalty for
losing.
you on not wearing FootGolf clothes though.
Yeah.
That's a penalty for David. So I think right now he should be a stroke under. But you can tell the professional players, they have that touch, they have the feel for the ball, and they can play. So it might be a good idea to do more like this, challenges, foot golfers against former footballers. That will be something nice.
Do you know the idea that I always have, and I think it will just boom, throw the sport to the moon?
Okay,
Boom.
I'm
Boom.
listening.
It's something similar to what you were saying. It's just create, for example, for La Liga, use maybe La Liga has a lot of ambassadors, you know, former players, Puyol, Mendieta, well, a lot of them, you know.
Wow, so many of them.
Well, I'm just trying to go Morientes.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, just trying to go to the most famous one, and you can do like a tournament, a foot golf tournament between the 6, 8 of them. Make sure you can cover with good, you know, like good coverage, cameras, good production, and then use 8 players as their caddies. So that way the players don't mess around and think this, look, with the back heel or anything, because the foot golfer, will be as a caddy. They'll do the practice run together, and he will try to win. Maybe if he wins, all the money from his charity goes to whatever. But that way you can have a really good TV product, because everybody will love to watch this. If I'm watching TV, I don't know anything about foot golf, and I see Steve Gerrard, Mendieta, Xavi Alonso playing foot golf, kicking the ball again, I was like, wow. And if it's good, it's good. It's all about the storytelling. If you have a really good coverage with commentators and make the product interesting, everybody will see foot golf, and they will say, hey, I want to play this game. Yeah, so I always say that the FIFG should look for a audiovisual product to showcase the sport, and just give it away. You don't even have to charge TVs, because they're hungry for content. And that way.
So I have a challenging question for you. Would you sacrifice yourself to be part of the production side rather than being part of the player that caddies? Would you rather caddy the tournament like you're saying, or would you rather?
I don't know, man. I don't. At that point, I wouldn't mind caddy a player, be the producer, commentate. I don't know. I don't mind. I just want this to be done. I don't really mind where to be.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm more happy now.
But you have your little moment of that. You have your little esto es fútbol. You have your little PO moment.
I did, yes. It's funny because I work for a gossip type of show, which is nothing related to sport. We just
I
cover.
like how you describe it. A gossip kind of show. You always say like TMC kind of show.
It's like a TMC type of show. We speak about what reggaeton singers or soap opera actors do, eat. I don't know. But anyways, I started a foot golf segment where I play foot golf with these ranchero dancers.
Yes.
People I don't even know who they are.
And I'm not sure who this guy is, but he can putt. Like he can make one in. He just shot two and nothing.
No, that guy is Christian Vieri. That guy is
Four
Christian
putts. He
Vieri.
just missed 4 putts.
He hated so much the sport, you wouldn't believe it. He was desperate. That was the only person that I met in my life that was looking at the time to see when was that over, so he could go back to his fancy life.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Christian Vieri,
But did he say something? Did he say something
I
afterwards?
talked to him because I know Vieri. We play football together,
Yeah.
and I was trying to make a challenge against him. But I think after trying the sport, I don't think we're gonna ever see him playing football again. Look at this. All right, guys. I don't know if you know Christian Vieri. He used to play some football a little bit.
Sometime.
Christian, first of all, I'm sorry about Italy in football. I told you we beat them in the World Cup.
Yeah.
I know it's a big surprise for you. And secondly, what do you think about the sport? I know you.
It's a fun sport. It's okay.
It's okay.
Today was my first day. I did so and so, but it's fun. You know, when you want to play, waste some time with your friends and have some beers. Play
Some
foot-
beers. You can also be competitive, play the World Tour, get the best
No,
out of
I
you.
can't do that no more. Mentally, I can't do that no more.
It's a mental game. You're not a mental
Me and you are
player.
gonna play soon, okay?
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying on camera, okay?
Okay, guys.
Challenge.
I see you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Okay, so Italian with temperamento. You know the tempering. they don't like losing. Vieri. And to think that I saw El Bobo Vieri. Oh, and now after seeing this, I'm like, meh. Vieri.
I was. He played for Atletico. I was a kid. I used to go to the stadium to see him with Jesus Gil, the president. Que en paz descanse. But yes, Christian Vieri, what a character! If you live in Miami, you see him always around because he's always partying and
so funny.
in the beach, you know. And what a character! But yeah, I think foot golf. We'll talk about this later. But foot golf is not the sport for footballers, pro footballers with a big ego.
No,
and I
that's
think
for sure.
in this case, the ego is big.
It's so big that it can get to come to their senses and say like, okay, I need to relearn something, even though it's a football. You know, it's una pelota. It's the same round thing that you kick all your life. You have to make that change and think, okay, I'm not making a pass that somebody's gonna stop. I have to actually think that has to roll in. And some people think like, no, I already went through that phase. I don't need to go through a learning phase again.
And that's why we will never see Cristiano Ronaldo playing foot golf. After his first tournament, he finished 12.
He's such a psychopath that he'll be like, I want to be the best at everything that I do. And maybe he gets, fixed and he's like, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to play in the men's category until I'm 75. And he plays, he's the number one at everything. And then Messi comes at 65, just all fat and beats him, just because of talent.
For sure.
But anyway, so many things have been tried to promote foot golf, not only by bringing former players, inviting them to a show, like making different fun promotional games, but also the American Foot Golf League. I think they got in contact with somebody on the ANA, and they created like ANA Invitational. They made it on Palm Desert in Desert Willow, and they made a matchup just like you played in the Pacific Cup in between the American team against the Japan team. Now they brought it together for the ANA Invitational, and but actually the ladies women national soccer team from the United States, they play against the national team from Japan, and that was the ANA Invitational, which in paper it looks amazing. There's a lot of people in the background, and and this is how the sport should look, in my opinion. It looks like that. Like you see the green, and there's people gather around to see that putt. You know, that's how I feel like hole 18 should be. You know, those par 3 that you can make a hole in one. That's how the audience should be, like around the green, gathered to see the putt, the final, the, you know how they say it, drive for show, putt for those. So that's where the money is. That is the entertaining part. And I think that they did an amazing job here in this game, and it helped, to be honest, and it was very recognized, and a lot of people, as you can see, went to the event, and I thought that there was extra effort to promote the sport, which I think that is what we have to keep doing, just finding new ways on how to promote the sport until we actually hit the right mark.
Yeah, and this is, Mariano, pretty much the only thing we've seen made with women professional players. Correct. In FootGolf. We haven't seen many former or actual footballers, ladies footballers playing FootGolf.
No, that we know of.
I think with women football, they're so focused right now in trying to, you know, breathe a little bit after so many years, you know,
of struggle, of getting there. They're finally getting professional leagues in each of their countries, so it's like a huge step, still a long way to go. So yeah, totally understandable for them to focus their energy solely on that. So I think we talked about egos a little bit before. We haven't mentioned the kings of egos.
Somebody saying, Paul Killick is saying that FootGolfers have big egos too.
Oh, I don't know who's Paul Killick. I know somebody named Fort Killick, but
Fort Killick, it's his brother. His brother. Mariano, before we continue, let me say hi to the people watching, because we never do, and this is the last show.
We always do.
You guys. So, Daniel Gars from Madrid, how are you? Seb in California, Sergio Fabian Vázquez, Argentina, Mario Calderón.
We're not going to forget about you, Sergio.
Ivan Bermejo in Scotland, Spain, UK. Paul Killick. Paul, how are you? Íñigo in Miami. Matthew Morgan, Scotland. Bonne Cedric. Hola, France. Buen días a la Canarias.
I do not know that guy.
Italo Fornoni is watching. Italo.
Grande Italo.
Magnus Nordi en Noruega. Nos está watching also Carlos Carp, Madrid. Carlos, ¿cómo estás? Francisco Santana. Chris Reddit. And Gonzalo Novosad, Brian Fulling, César Díaz, Jeremy Piqué, Leo Diceo, Duzan, Jorge Barragán, Christoph Kuller, Alan Pace, always, Julian Jantiempo, Saba, how are you, Saba? From Hungary, and Stuart Robertson, Rebecca, Javier de Ancizar, and Eric Lundin, many people, also Daniela Branco from Portugal. Thank you guys for your support. And this is just about to start because we only saw a little bit, but we're moving on, Mariano, now.
Hold on. I because you mentioned a name that brought a memory of a former professional player. So you mentioned Brian Fulling. So I remember in 2018 at Reunion Resort, Brian Fulling shared a round with Roberto Ayala. He shared a round with Roberto Ayala. You have to understand that El Raton doesn't speak a word of English, or it's extremely limited. But he shared a round with Brian Fulling. He's from Alabama, and he has a very thick Southern accent. But he was playing, and we talked about egos, and we'll move on next. But you can tell how humble this guy is, Ayala. He was humming a song, saying, Brian Fulling. He was just caught up with Brian Fulling's name, and he was playing like crazy good. He was making putts, and he was like celebrating to him, going like, Brian Fulling. And he came back to the house and shared that thought. He's like, dude, this guy was rooting for me, and he made a song. He barely talked English, and he was like, Brian Fulling. So, Fabian Ayala, it's the contrary of the king. El Raton is the contrary of king of egos. Like I was saying, we were talking about egos, and the king of egos, who is he? It's not Cristiano Ronaldo, of course.
Well, there are two. One is Cristiano, and the other one is it's Swedish.
Yes, surprisingly.
Swedish, half Bosnian.
Yes. So we interview a former professional. Well, yes, we can say former because his career at AC Milan is done. So here it is, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, FootGolfos? Welcome to a new edition of this show. I'm your host, Mariano Copello, and joining us today, professional football player Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Welcome to the show. So my first question will be, how do you think FootGolf is doing around the world?
I think we are doing fantastic.
Fantastic, wow.
And we still want more, so that's the way it is.
And how do you think Sweden is doing in FootGolf?
So I think we are doing great.
I don't think they have FootGolf in Sweden.
Listen, I will be honest to myself.
You have no idea, do you?
No.
Ah!
That's not a good one.
All right, Zlatan, could you tell us a little bit of the things that you will miss from FootGolf now that you played it for the first time?
I will miss everything around it. I will miss the smell of the grass. So I just want to enjoy my moment.
So the first time that we saw you playing FootGolf, you were toe putting. Aren't you a little bit embarrassed? You're a professional football player. You should know how to putt with the inside.
They were all pointing on me, judging me even before I had the opportunity to do what I'm good at, to do what I'm able to do. So,
okay, so to your opinion, who right now is the best FootGolf player in the world?
who is the best? English or foreigner?
Okay, so you're telling me it's an Englishman.
There is a couple of them, but if you want to talk top,
Come on, say something.
no.
I don't really care. So in the future, do you think you're gonna become a professional FootGolf player?
In myself, I hope. I work for that because that is my aim.
Well, that's fantastic news. I hope we see each other in the tour next year.
No.
And there you have it. That's all we have for today. Zlatan Ibrahimovic will become a professional FootGolf player. This is FootGolfos. See you guys later. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we knew there's FootGolf in Sweden. We shared many drinks during the World Cup with some friends from Sweden, and of course, the only guy that made a FootGolf game is from Sweden. So we just wanted to get the reaction from Zlatan. You know, he's a sabelotodo, like we say. He's a know-it-all, and you know, well, he's not. But hopefully, in the future, we can get the other ego guy, Cristiano Ronaldo, because I'm pretty sure I have to. I mean, I already got the contact. I already got the meeting set up. It's just a matter of, you know, the whole pandemic situation to be lifted so I can travel around and get the interview. But you know what, Piero? I want to show him the match play from USA and Portugal to see how he reacts to that, because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna like it. But Piero, let's start from front to back. All right? And
please.
What do I mean by that? What is that?
It's coffee. People is saying that I look sleep. Sorry guys, I woke up very early, finished my work, and I'm drinking my coffee. This is my siesta phase because in Spain we have siesta from 4 to 6. So I'm actually going against my culture, doing a show during the siesta
it's
time.
More like
so I hope you appreciate the effort, Leo. Que te den por el culete. Thank you for watching. But yeah,
I gotta say, I asked him to make it an hour early. I interrupted. Like literally, we do the show at 5 because he wakes up at 4, and he takes like half an hour to wake up, and then we do the show. But I got his siesta in half. And what else can we do, Piero? So, former professional footballers. We have plenty of them during the 2018 World Cup in Marrakesh. The French Federation and the FIFG made a great effort to bring these players to the World Cup to give, you know, more of a hype, to bring more media in, because not only Fabian Ayala was playing, but many players from France, from the Netherlands. We got, well, I never said it before, and we haven't even talked about it, but another former player that played in the World Cup, and I played against him, is Ricardo Esteves. He played in Benfica from Portugal, and he's now the vice president of the FIFG.
Correct.
That's the funny thing. We think about him as a foot golfer, you know. We already think about him as a foot golfer, so we took him out of rule. Like, he's the vice president of the FIFG. He played the World Cup. He played the team competition. And Flavio Aseña, did he play professionally? That's my dog. Did Flavio Aseña play professionally? Because his left is
No,
like... No, that's my dog. That's my dog. Sorry, guys. A ver. Trapito. Oh. I don't know. Well, anyways. So, yeah. The 2018 World Cup, we had a lot of players. Yeah, I think my wife is coming and she's probably walking around. No, she's actually calling me. That's why the dog is crazy. So,
live show.
Yeah, it's a
live
show. What are we going to do?
Well, our wives work together and they both arrive same time home. So that's you see at the same time noise in both places.
It's not a
That's
coincidence.
how connected it's not a coincidence, no. But yes, Mariano, it's good you mentioned Ricardo and some guys. As we always say, we've been trying to research. For example, we didn't know a French player was also a pro footballer.
Yeah.
Nico Cousin just mentioned him in the comments. Sorry, if we are leaving somebody out. It's not our intention.
No, it's not that we're leaving somebody out. If we're gonna, first we have to do the research, which we do the research as we can. So if we leave somebody out, leave the comments like Nico did, and we'll happily mention them. What we tried to do is to get the ones that we think got more involved, at least that we know, got more involved and became more golfers rather than former footballers. So, with that being said, Piero, which one was the very first tournament that actually got professional footballers to play? You know?
Well, I think the first ever tournament who brought professional footballers was the first ever foot golf tournament in history in 2009. The tournament we've already talked about, and this is the origin of foot golf. Michael Jensen with this game where he invited former professional players of the Eredivisie, the Dutch league, and yeah, the sport was created. I don't know if the sport wasn't created. This thing was created with former footballers, and that was the origin of foot golf. So we have to say that obviously the sport started with professional footballers. So obviously it wasn't created for them, but in a way,
yes, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to jump like 10 steps. So, for example, they did this tournament to brought the attention of the media, and of course, they used professional players. And I think Javier de Alcizar in Argentina saw something like this and thought, maybe I could do something similar, or maybe you know the story better.
Yeah, Javier de Alcizar in Argentina, he created the Argentinian Association in 2010. And then since he is a TV producer and he had a production company, to promote the sport, he decided to start a show that was called Esto es Footgolf, which is pretty much what we saw before with Paul Oliver and Courtois, but here...
Yeah, but they made it more like a TV show. I have the intro. Let me show you real quick, and then we can keep talking.
Sure.
Very 90s. This guy that we're looking at right now, he actually played the first World Cup in 2012. So the presenter of the show...
Not Verón, the other guy.
No, not Verón. That's Juan Sebastián Verón, former Argentinian player from Manchester United and the Argentinian team, Lazio champion. He was top player. And they made this show with this guy who is a famous anchor in Argentina. He actually ended up going to the first World Cup, and he was making jokes with Verón about hey, I play the World Cup, I'm gonna beat Beros. Says, I'm gonna beat you. You play the World Cup, I play a World Cup. What are you talking about? But it was a good way to like get this. That was actually the first time I think that's the first time we both saw foot golf. I remember being in Missouri watching TIC Sports and seeing one of these shows. I'm like, wait, what's going on? What is this? So no, it was here in Gol TV that I watched it in 2012. I remember that was my first time. I was in Gol TV and somebody was like, "Oh, look at that girl!" I'm like, "What?" And everybody was watching. And it was like one of the hostess was like a model from Argentina, and they were playing foot golf with the Burrito Ortega or a player like that. And I was like, wait, what is going on? What are they doing? And a few years later, you came with, hey, we have to play foot golf. I'm like, wait, what? So it's amazing that his effort in Argentina, came all the way to the United States and was shown on TV. So definitely a good starter for the sport.
And probably the reason why there are so many players in Argentina, because that show was every Sunday for 5 years. The show started in 2011, and it went all the way until the Argentina World Cup in January 2016. They made a special show about the Argentinian World Cup, which is amazing. They were covering every aspect of the World Cup. And after that show, the TV show was over. So it was a show for 5 years, and everybody in Argentina heard about foot golf just because they've seen it in that show. So I think that's the idea, the exposure, because you're always gonna find somebody who's gonna love the sport and go and kick the ball. So these type of shows are so necessary for exposure.
But you know what? In the Netherlands, they never gave up, even from 2009 all the way until 2013, where they keep trying. They keep bringing professional players like Frank de Boer and many other from the Netherlands that
Roy Mackay.
And Roy Mackay, but this one was different because they were already foot golfers playing, and some of them were saying like, hey, I'm just, people are saying like they're gonna beat me, they want to beat me. The foot golfers wanted to beat them, the professional players. So that brought the.
I have a question. I have a question for you, Mariano. Have you seen a coverage like this before, of the guys arriving, interviewed before they start, interviews during the game? We haven't seen that because former footballers really encourage TV production to do something like that. Let's hear what they say, let's go in between holes and talk to them. And that's why it's necessary in a way to call the attention of big media platforms through former footballers, like they did in Holland at the beginning. That was 2013, the beginning of the sport, and they were focusing on this.
They were stepping on the ball, and some of them weren't even making those putts. So
yeah, they were bad, of course, because it's not easy.
Oh, Simon, I think he was the winner of that tournament, right? Simon Betzel. So the first foot golfer that played against footballers and still beat them. So, Piero, sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it actually do work. Because in 2016, remember this guy? John, is it Cossack? I say Jan Cossack. My bad. Cossack. Jan Cossack from Czech Republic?
No, Slovakia.
Slovakia. I'm sorry. I always confuse the flags. I apologize. He was third. Okay. He was third in the 2016 World Cup, and he played with a Tango 2012.
Just like Ayala, both last
two. Yes. Yeah, very interesting. But the fun fact is that he played with a Tango player, Piero. Like, you play that course. You play that course.
But there is, look at that. You see that picture. Playing with a Tango is weird, but especially when he played
with a Jabulani in the World Cup.
Yes, he already played with the World Cup with the Jabulani.
He probably has many at home, and he didn't know. It's like, oh, is this the ball from FootGolf? That's hilarious.
And jokes apart, Jan played the World Cup in Marrakech, which I didn't know. We found out about this researching. Yeah. He played in the senior category because now he is the general manager of Slovan Bratislava, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody from Slovakia is watching this, but I think he's involved with the professional football just like Fabian Ayala wants to do. He's also working for the Argentinian national team. He wants to become a first coach, a general manager of football. So that's a little bit in between former players and foot golf. That obviously they love playing, but they want to achieve something in life, which is maybe get involved in some other ways. In football, I know in Mexico we're not gonna show them, but in Mexico there are two guys, Odin Patiño and Bruno Marioni, who played for a lot of teams, Boca Junior, Tenerife in Spain. They love foot golf, but they also want to be professional coaches. So they're trying to find that balance between traveling and stay looking for a job in the football.
They should use the excuse that this is a mental training for the team, that they should do like every now and then a foot golf round, all the team, and just go play a tournament or something like that. So Piero, moving on now, in Italy, this is one of the first ones that I realized, like, oh, he played foot golf? That is pretty cool.
Yes.
And that is, I can't remember his name.
Paulo Di Canio. Paulo Di Canio.
Paulo Di Canio. Paulo Di Canio played against Dino Baggio, a matchup in Italy, just to see who is best, because I think he got in first and then he challenged Dino, something like that.
I'm not sure how it worked, but I know the two of them were like the faces of Italian foot golf. We have to say thanks to the how do you say in English?
IFG,
the Italian Federation, for this footage they recorded some time ago of this matchup between these two guys that I don't think they're that involved anymore.
But Di Canio was very involved at a moment.
He was very involved, but I think he's too crazy. And I've been trying to research about why he left. Some people told me he left because he was losing and he cannot really admit losing.
Oh, wow.
And then Andrea Piscopo, who was his teammate during the first competition in the UK Open, he told me that that's not true. He said that he's just too crazy and he forgets about the sport, comes back, that he's too crazy. I don't know what's the real thing, but obviously Paulo Di Canio gives I don't know. It's like, wow, Di Canio playing foot golf. I can't believe it, And he actually changed a little bit the way we remember him. He was more gentle than when he was celebrating goals with lads.
Yes, quite a difference. We're seeing when he won, you were mentioning the Piscopo, and he's just hugging everybody, super smiley at the UK Open. He won the competition with Piscopo, and it was very difficult, very nice. But Paulo, if you're not gonna get back, don't lie to us. Don't sell us. No nos vendas papas, because
Juventus legend.
Sorry.
Juventus legend.
Di
Is he a Juventus legend?
Di Canio? Sure.
I don't know.
If Hayato says that he's a Juventus legend, I trust him blindly.
Okay. Gianni Pasquale is another former player. Paul Killick, thank you for that information. Gianni Pasquale. I don't remember him, but
is the guy with the buckles that he was in the World Cup? No, the skinny Italian dude.
I don't know.
You play against them in the team competition. Didn't you play against Pasquale?
Oh, I played with Pasquale, yeah, but I don't think it's that Pasquale.
Are you sure?
No, that was Valerio. No, not Gianni.
Okay.
It wasn't him. But I mean, yes, there are probably some footballers around there. Nico Cuisin also tell us that there is one in France. His name is, and I see he's very involved with foot golf. His name is, it's around here. No, well, I don't know where it is. But yeah, there is Gavanon, something like that.
Yeah,
a guy in France. Gavanon, correct.
Yeah.
So,
he was the one that we were showing on the B-roll, and I think he plays a lot of tournaments for France, and he's very involved. I don't know,
and
you guys have to understand. To me, French football it's limited to Olympique de Marseille and PSG and maybe a little bit of Lyon. So and a little bit. I'm from
Monaco.
Monaco maybe because Gallardo and
Lame.
Trezeguet, but guys, come on, we can't know everything, you know.
I think you know more about golf than football already.
I mean, I don't know much about football, to be honest. I worked for so many years in this. I know a Bundesliga from years 2012 and 2016. I know a lot of that. but no, definitely we know more about FootGolf for sure. And we have a message from a former professional footballer that he got really, really involved with FootGolf. And that is Tom Williams. So instead of me talking about who he is, why don't we listen to Tom Williams?
Hi Piero, hi guys, hope you're well. My name is Tom Williams, thanks for having me on your Monday Night Live show. City, Preston, just to name a few, also play for my country, Cyprus. Really missing everything at the minute. I actually managed to get back out and played a few rounds this weekend, and I played a few rounds last weekend with Ben. Hi Piero, hi guys, hope you're well. My name is Tom Williams, thanks for having me on your Monday Night Live show. So I'm a former professional footballer that is now loving FootGolf. The teams that I've played for are QPR, Birmingham, Swansea, Peterborough, Bristol City, Preston, just to name a few. Also play for my country, Cyprus. Really missing everything at the minute. I actually managed to get back out and played a few rounds this weekend, and I played a few rounds last weekend with Ben Clark, which was great. But yeah, it's just we're all waiting for FootGolf to kickstart again, and hopefully this little setback is going to bring FootGolf to the forefront. And I think former footballers moving into FootGolf is something that can really give it a boost, give it a marketing presence, give it a more of a social presence to people to know more about it. And the more we can get ex-footballers involved in the sport, would definitely be better for raising the awareness of the sport. I took 15 guys this weekend. We played in 2 balls, and some of them was their first time playing, and they absolutely loved it. So hopefully with more ex-footballers playing the sport, we can really progress it. But at the moment, we're just waiting for the go-ahead to get back and get all our country tours and our world tours back going. So hopefully you'll see me back on the course soon. Thank you.
That was Tom Williams. Very quality left, I must say.
Amazing. Incredible left on the
It
run.
was made for FootGolf. It seemed like it was made for FootGolf. I had to see him play in person. I think he came to the US Open now that I see his face. It seemed familiar. I saw an English guy walking around very shy here at the US Open, and his face seemed very familiar. It might have been him. Was it you, Tom?
Yeah, he was in Orlando, and this is what I love about guys like Tom. You know, they don't come here saying I'm a former footballer showing their videos. I actually, Ben told me, you know, I didn't even know, so that can tell you about, you know, the quality of these guys, that they come to the game without making any noise, just trying to learn, trying to get better, trying to enjoy, and not trying to you know, like push you away because they play professional football. And I think that's the problem with a lot of players. They arrive, they see guys they don't even know beating them badly in their first day, and they're like, I'm gonna come here so everybody makes fun of me once I won so many titles playing football. And so egos, once again, egos.
For sure. So talking about lefties, another lefty that came not long ago, it's what I call, after seeing him at the US Open in Orlando, what I call the model of a foot golfer. Like, this is how every foot golfer should look like. Everybody should look like this when playing foot golf. For some reason, the video is, oh, here we go. It's loaded now. It was stuck. But Yevgeny Lechenko, ladies and gentlemen, from Ukraine, or from whatever you want to say he is, came to the world of foot golf from the big gate. We're seeing him sinking once, over and over and over again. An amazing putt, but he is more known for his life in football. Oh, okay. Never mind. I just sent everything to black because I wanted to show this video to the audience, and my bad, I apologize. He's very involved with soccer, but he fell in love with FootGolf so much. I saw him kick the ball, and holy shit, nobody can kick it so
according
far.
According to Matias Perrone, he has the strongest left in the world, not even in FootGolf. He said he never seen anybody kicking the ball so hard in his life.
No.
He breaks the ball.
We
That's
just saw the cover page of GQ, and I'm pretty sure our
and
audience is
funny.
thrilled about that because
No,
you
but
gotta say
it's funny.
if with those apps you don't tee off like Mati Perrone says, I mean, come on, he should be in the cover of every FootGolf everything. Like he should tattoo FootGolf in his face and just be the face of the sport.
It's funny because some people would know, but Yevgeny Levchenko was he was in the bachelor whatever it's called version of the reality show in Russia. He was in Russia, so he was dating a lot of women to see which one he picked, and he picked one which is his actual wife. So he's famous also. He's also famous because of this, but also because he played for many teams in Holland, and now he's the commentator for the Ukraine TV. And he doesn't follow anybody on Instagram, which is something very funny. He has a lot of followers, but he follows 0 people. Not even FootGolfos.
That's the way it should be. I mean, he was humble enough to send us a video showing his collection of balls in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Hangar or whatever that was.
He did.
Another former one that wouldn't have footage of him is, I wouldn't say he's Ukrainian, but he kind of wants to be Spaniard. You want him to be Spaniard because you want him on the team probably to get more chances of having an amazing team, and that is Simonenko. But I'll let you talk about him.
Sergei Simonenko, he's the current Spanish champion. He's Ukrainian, but he lives in Malaga, in Spain. Fernando Lago, who was the Spanish captain, is like his colleague, his mentor, whatever. But he told me that he's top player, and he wants to be part of the Spanish team. I totally understand. He lives in Spain. He plays the Spanish championship. So why not? If Levchenko plays for Holland, why our friend Sergei Simonenko can't play for Spain the next World Cup? He's same size as Levchenko and same power. So I think it will be a great signing for the Spanish team in the next World Cup. So hopefully he can be with us in Japan.
And that's very good. And before we move on to our senior, more memorable category, and of course we wanted to make a show only about seniors, but our brain exploded along the way. So maybe for season 2, we can do one. We mentioned it yesterday, and we're gonna mention it now once again. Today is the season finale. Today is our final show. So thank you for all you guys that held with us through the front 9 of this amazing round. Piero, another guy that played. Yes, another guy that played.
Let me write.
Read.
People, sorry, like people are ready. Let me just say hi because everybody's leaving comments. I don't want people to think we're ignoring them.
I'm just gonna lay back here, chill.
Sure. Well, Christopher Coolers from Belgium is saying that he played with Jan Kozak in Marrakesh. Run with him. He still plays with the tango, which is amazing.
Crazy.
Hayato Kobayashi says somebody said Juventus legend. Hayato, you are always right. Paul Killick, there's another player who also plays in Italy. Former player called Gianni Pasquale.
Oh, again?
Di Canio with Dan Hidalgo comments. Lazio, Gavanon, Meriem, and Obraniak, I think are names of players in Luxembourg or France who played professional before. Mariano, they're asking you to put the question. I think everybody answered yes to that question.
Everybody answered yes.
So we're not going to answer that again.
My camera right now is hitting, so I might get shut off at any given second. We
sure.
See. So why don't we move on before my camera... we can say hi later. Or, you know what?
Okay.
Just stay with the people. Say hi to the people out there, and I'll be back in 1 minute. Can you handle the show for a minute?
Okay, sure, I will.
All right, let me put you. Please hold.
Friends.
Please hold.
All right, guys.
Please hold. Quiero menor only. All right, here we go. I'll be back.
Okay, guys. Sorry for my partner Mariano. He's from Argentina / Panama / Italy, and a little American as well. So you can expect anything from him. Now that he's not listening, I can say these kind of things. Thank you, Julio Gamarra from Paraguay. It's
Just by the way, I'm
guys.
listening to you all the time.
Oh shit. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you're watching the show but you never say anything on the comments, please say hola at least, so we know you are there. The more comments we get, the better for us. So Facebook see we are growing and help us out to keep growing. As we said, we got already a call from Facebook where we can start getting some sponsors, something like that. So if we get to 10,000 followers in the future, we might even be able to get a little money from Facebook. So if you want to invite people to like Footgolfos, share our shows, everything you can do for us, we'll be. Wow, you see that lighting? Wow, sorry guys, it's just
it didn't get home yet. All right.
Okay.
Bear with me with a second. I'm gonna fly over you. Woo!
Okay, hola Nuno Duarte, Raznan, Oncho, you great show. Thank you so much. Janine Schaffer from Missouri.
You
How are
said
you?
you said that Andre Onsiu?
I said Andre Onsiu? Razvan Onsiu. Razvan.
I got excited. I have a Romanian friend that I haven't heard from him in ages, and that's his name. And you said, oh. Anyways,
hello,
I'm
guys.
back.
Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for saying hello, Matias Ocampo.
Yeah.
All those hidden viewers.
Matias Ocampo plays really good at the golf club. He's involved in the tournament as well. He's a top player.
He's a good player. Yes, Matias. Gracias.
Oh, I can hear.
Thank you, guys. Hi. You can also say in the comment where are you watching the show from, so we can know where are you exactly from, and maybe make a trip to see you someday. Why
Maybe.
not? I think everybody's waking up right now in Japan. Good morning, Japan. Good morning, Australia. Good morning, Malaysia. People in Malaysia also watch the show. We know that by a fact. So thank you, Asia. Thank you, Asia.
All right,
Jan Askel. Thank you, Jan. Thank you. I am from Romania. Razvan from Romania. First Romanian show.
Dale.
We had love Romania. He played in the UK.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Razvan, for joining in. Welcome to Footgolfos. And I think we're ready to continue, Mariano. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. And now we're going to travel to the United States because the MLS is a young sport, but we have our own former professional player, and that is Mr. Julian Nash. Julian Nash, he played for the St. Louis Earthquakes or something like that. San Jose Earthquakes. I can never remember the name of the franchises. But he played for the MLS team. And of course, most of you are saying, wait, you left aside so many former professional players and you're including Julian Nash? Why are you including Julian Nash? Well, let me tell you what. Julian Nash is an outstanding foot golfer. He is one of the top players in the world, and of course here in the United States he's a top 4, let's say, because he's not playing as much. If not, he will be a top 3. But he is great, and he got involved. He played the 2016 World Cup. He was team world champion with the USA. He played last World Cup in Marrakesh. He didn't have the performance that he wanted, and he was kind of upset. But you know what? For those of you who haven't seen Julian Nash play foot golf, let's take a look at a video that we did about him. Welcome to a new edition of Choice of the Week. Today's pick from Auckland Foot Golf, Julian Nash. The former MLS player is one of the best foot golfers in the United States. With this putt in hole 18, Julian Nash claimed his title as the 2017 national champion. Not only that, but with this putt, Julian made Auckland Foot Golf Club the best team in the country, beating in the final to Miami Foot Golf Club.
Congratulations, Julian and Auckland Foot Golf Club for being this choice of the week. Brought to you by FootGolfos.
And we're back. You see this time?
Bad memory. I have bad memories from that.
Why? Because
that
because you finished second, one stroke behind him. Come on.
I think 2 strokes, but man, I was so close to win, and he was playing. It's funny because Julian Nash. This is a real story. Julian Nash. He at the beginning I thought he was a little blind because he plays with the valve inside the ball, so
Like
his
that.
ball is like.
I have the rattle.
And I'm like, Julian, you work in a bank. You can really not afford another ball. It's like, I love playing with this one. And I was like, I can tell it's driving me crazy. Great technique. But yeah, he plays with that ball. I think it's his favorite ball. Yeah. And he won the national championship with the ball inside his Spitzel. But yeah, he takes a lot for shots, which is something also very remarkable about him.
He really analyzes the shots.
Last thing I'm gonna say about Julian Nash is that Julian is Matias Perrone's favorite player in the world.
Okay. So with that being said, let's move on to the senior category before my camera shuts off. Shall we? Shall we begin?
Sure.
So let's begin with this guy from the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure for you Europeans, you know this guy, Marcel Pepper. He really got involved with FootGolf this one, I must say.
Yeah, definitely. He's been there from the beginning. I don't know how long he's been playing. He doesn't speak English very well, or at least I have never speak with him. But he's there in every tournament we've seen in Europe for a long time. And everybody was telling us that he played in Groninger and also in 2020. I don't know how you say it in Dutch, right way. But yeah, these kind of guys that you meet them when they are already seniors. Techniques. But obviously everybody has had a backstory, and most of the seniors we see today, they were probably stars in their world. Some of them first division, some others in their neighborhood clubs. But most of them probably make a good career in their way in soccer.
For sure. Another senior from Europe, and this one I have no idea, and he played for a really great team from UK.
Hello everybody.
Oh,
my name's Derek Mills, and I'm here to talk to you.
Oops, sorry guys. I got in advance. Derek, I sent the clip before. Everything was going too good, Piero. Sorry. Compared to yesterday, everything. I had to fuck up at a moment. Sorry. So today, we're going to show you Derek Mills. He's a player from the UK. He's a former Celtic player, and he got really involved in FootGolf last year. He traveled like crazy. We saw him here in the States like 2 times. I'm like, wow, you are really traveling. And he plays good, and he won some tournaments. But instead of listening of him, let's hear from him. This time, the proper way. Derek Mills, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everybody. My name's Derek Mills, and I'm here to talk to you just for a minute or two about my football and FootGolf careers. I currently play for Team UK, Team Scotland, and Tunbridge Wells Footgolf Club. I started playing football as soon as I could walk on the streets of Glasgow. I played every day. All I wanted to do was be a footballer, wanted to be a striker, wanted to play for Celtic. My dream came true. I played for Celtic for 4 years. I played for Scotland, for schoolboys and professional level. After 4 years at Celtic, I had a chance to go to America to study. So I took the opportunity. Celtic did not want me to go. They registered me for 4 years. Every year I was there, but I did not come back. In my first year in America, I was NCAA Division 1 Rookie of the Year, joint Rookie of the Year with Jeff Agus. And then after college, I did not play football again. About 3 or 4 years ago, I saw FootGolf on the internet and decided this would be something I might like and enjoy and be good at. I have to say, for the first year or so, it took me a while to get used to the sport and learning how to stop a ball properly. And I absolutely love the sport. I've played it 4 years now. I absolutely love it. I travel the world. I play with great people, great competitions, great courses, great views all over the world. I think it's an absolutely fantastic sport. I think in other countries other than the UK, like Argentina and France, for example, there's a bit more old professionals playing the sport. I think it'd be a fantastic way to grow the sport if we can get more ex-pros to play for a few reasons. One, quality would increase, although the quality presently is extremely high, I have to say, both in men and seniors. The quality would increase, we'd get more publicity, we'd get more sponsorship, the sport would grow, it would take off, we'd be on TV more, etc. And I think this is possibly a way where we could make this sport become as great and as good as we all think it could be. Thank you for listening.
That was Derek Mills, ladies and gentlemen. I did not know that he came to Harvard. Bravo. Pretty neat school.
And it's funny how he chose to come here to study rather than play professional in Scotland. Obviously, it was a different time, but it tells you how much things have changed. Actually, now many footballers are also coming to play to the United States like we both did. Because for those of you who don't know, I met Mariano here in college where we both had a scholarship to play soccer. Well, you had one to play soccer or tennis? Soccer,
Tennis.
right? Tennis.
Allegedly,
Tennis.
it was a combination of both. Allegedly, but it was an academic scholarship. Now that I work in admissions and I know what I'm talking about. Sorry.
Sure. St. Charles, Missouri. That's where we met.
Missouri, man. That's
yeah,
where we
thank
met.
you, thank you, Derek, for sending the video. Shame on you, Thibaut Courtois, that you didn't. Thanks, Derek, showing that FootGolfers are different than footballers. You know, we became better persons once we start playing FootGolf, for sure.
And this one, Piero, is one of your favorites. Is the from Norway or Denmark? Sorry, Denmark, right? Norway. Mr. Lassie. He even has the name of a nice guy.
Lassie, my friend Lassie, yes, great guy. One of the faces of FootGolf in Norway, together with Eric Foss. I think Eric Foss was also a professional player. We tried to look for pictures of him, but we couldn't find any. So we're sticking to Lassie, who is a great guy. I actually played with him last time in Acapulco. He made the trip with Eric, and he's a great guy, great player, one of the pioneers of FootGolf in Europe, in Norway. And actually, it looks like he played at a pretty decent level of football, according to those pictures.
Yeah, and another one, a former footballer, but indoor football.
Yes.
That's Olivier Grava, ladies and gents. Indoor soccer legend.
Yes, that was the Green Bay Bombers, a team, an indoor football team, first division of Wisconsin, that they were probably recruiting players from all over the world. And our friend Olivier Grava made it to the United States to play this curious sport. Never really see an indoor soccer game. I've seen futsal, but this is like ice hockey. You play with the walls. I think it's pretty popular in Germany as well.
It's so tiring. It's the worst. I remember having feelings of dying while playing the cage soccer. It's the worst. So those are a few of the guys that play FootGolf that are more involved with FootGolf that we know of. Of course, share in the comments if you know of any former football that we haven't spoke of yet. If you're joining right now, we talk about a lot of players.
Mariano, I got a comment that it's interesting. Let me see if I find it, and it's not going yet. Right here. Our friend Mohamed Ahman, I hope I pronounced it right. He said, I played 9 years professional soccer in my home country, Jordan.
Nice.
I got selected 4 times for the Jordanian national team.
He's from Michigan.
19, 17, and 18. And now I'm playing FootGolf with Michigan Football Club, and I love it.
That's right. Yes, he's from Michigan. Yes, I met him last time I went. How can I forget? But yeah, sorry, my bad. I remember you told me this story, and again, we met people and we forget, and this is why we have the comment section. So you help us out. You're part of FootGolfos too. When we say, "What's up with Golfos?" It's not because nothing. It's because the show it's made by you and I. All right. So comment. If you know any other, if not, we're gonna go to the most epic former football player that plays foot golf. But of course, we're not gonna talk about Fabian Ayala from Argentina without disrespecting the last senior, Mr. Sergio Vázquez from Argentina. He's actually one of the last Argentinian teams to win anything for Argentina. In '93, I know he was Sergio Vázquez. He played in the '90s. He played with players like Batistuta, Maradona, you name it. He played. He played top. He won Copa Americas. I mean, what can we say about this guy? Maybe you guys in Europe, you don't know him because he played in Chile. He's a legend in Chile, Católica. People, Sergio Vázquez. What else can we say?
Mariano, can I say something about your country, your home country?
No.
I think it's very good that Argentina doesn't win anything in soccer. Let's continue like this, because then players like
more
Messi,
FootGolfers.
They will become FootGolfers because they want to win something with their country, So if they do that with the national team, then they're not going to be hungry for FootGolf. So I think it's good Argentina don't win. I think it's going to happen anyways, but let's keep trying for Argentina not to win anything in football. So in the future, we can see Kun Agüero, we can see Messi, Di Maria, trying to get that
Kun Agüero is streaming now.
Finally,
Kun Agüero is never going to go back to football ever again. He's just going to sit there in his couch playing GTA. Now he's a streamer now. He's not a professional player anymore. He wants to be a FootGolfos too. All right, Piero. Why don't we make silence for once and let's go to play what FootGolf should be like all the time. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to play out the video and we'll chat after this.
Mica brutta, Mica brutta,
That is beautiful, but to be honest, if I'm the director of the tournament, I would have put a penalty on Fabian Ayala. You cannot do that, Raton. You can't run on the greens, man. Come on. No, but seeing that was the best, man. That was amazing. That was insane. That was perfection of FootGolf. Audience, people cheering. Perfect shot over the bunker, spinning the silver bullet, just spinning like crazy and hitting an eagle. Crowd going insane. Walk to the hole. Walk to the hole, Raton. But it's beautiful to see him like. Sorry.
It was incredible for everybody except for Nico Puccini. That was the only guy who I think didn't celebrate that shot because
he just lost the World Cup in hole 17. Man, I mean,
he was happy.
That's the beauty of FootGolf. You can go from the sky to the ground in a matter of one shot. For those of you who don't know, Nico Puccini was basically leading the World Cup up until hole 17 when on the tee shot Matti Perrone went to shit and he got lucky and he got an advantage on that hole and he ended up going to the water and then Fabian Ayala making an eagle. So going from place first to fourth in a matter of one hole. That's the beauty of FootGolf. But Piero, let's talk about Mr. Raton, the Raton, El Raton Ayala. What else can we say about this guy?
Well, Raton Ayala, it's funny. The first time we speak with Raton Ayala, he was sharing with Matias Perrone a room in Marrakesh. Matias was a little tense as well because he didn't know Ayala only from TV, and they were about to share a room together to play a tournament in Marrakesh before the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was the final of the European Tour or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because Mati, that night, he was speaking with Raton, with Ayala, and he was saying, I usually visualize the holes and I put like a PowerPoint where I go hole by hole. And Ayala was like, oh, that's interesting. I love that. So they were both analyzing every hole together. And then after the first round, Ayala disappeared. And Mati was like, where is Ayala? Where did he go? He was looking at the hotel. Okay, I'll wait. And then like 1 hour later, Ayala walked like 10 blocks to the Carrefour and bought 5 boxes of ice. And he brought them all for a bath of ice. So this is FootGolf. That was the beginning, but what Fabian brought to the game is this professionalism.
That's
we
what I'm
all
saying.
are exactly, Mariano. And I think that's the good thing about professional players. They are used to do professional things, to recover, to train, to practice, to mentally get into the game. And if you want to become a better foot golfer, you have to try different things. It's not only going to practice, hit the ball, play 18 holes.
Yeah, for sure.
And thanks to Ayala, we are learning, I think, a lot of
Some
things.
people
like
are taking it to the next level thanks to Fabi, so we are very pleased with that. So, you know what needs to happen? We're about to wrap up, very close to...
No, already?
Yeah.
We need to cheer for the last show of the I'm gonna get the beer. No,
Okay.
cheers.
I already drank it, so, but okay. So while Piero is out, my camera is about to die, and I'm gonna make this. Okay.
Back.
This is PG-13 show because there's alcohol involved. Okay, this is not
No,
content
it's
for
fine.
kids.
It's only to celebrate the end of the season and cheer with
but
everyone.
we're not there
You
yet.
have
Come
a
on,
beer?
let me hold on. You wanna go already? Hold on.
No, we're not done. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So let's move to the last subject about how to promote foot golf, and this is something that I want to see happening: the foot golf match, the world champion Mati Perrone against Leo Messi. Whatever you want, whenever you want. You name it, just make it happen. If you have any contact with Lionel Ayala, next practice in Argentina, whenever we get back, just, tell, hey, Leo, why don't you play around with Mati? Yeah, it's a nice. They're saying 18 holes. I would suggest to do 9 instead, because that way it's going to be more attractive to him to play. But all right, with that being said, Piero,
how long do you guys think it will take Messi to beat, for example, I don't know, a top player? Because we know obviously it will take a while, but do you think after a couple of rounds, somebody like Messi or Cristiano, people who are very, very precise with their touch, will be able to understand foot golf? Or do you think they will go through the same process we all go, where you start missing, where then you go too long, and all those phases we went through? Do you think a professional player will avoid to suffer as much as we did in the beginnings? Or do you think this is for everyone? It doesn't matter you play football. Foot golf is hard no matter what, because it's so different to football that you need to adapt. Let us know in the comments, because I think it's interesting to see how long a professional footballer will need to reach the level that the foot golf, the top players have right now. So I don't know. I just came up with that question. I think it's interesting to see what people think.
Very, very interesting. Sure, why not?
Okay. Thank you, Mariano. You always care for me.
No, I know. I was trying to put something together because I realized that we never showed something that we should have, and I don't know why we haven't. And we should. Let's make silence for a second and let's see. Sorry. Oh, what this?
Hello, this is Juan. I would like to send my regards and my best wishes to all the people at FootGolfos. Maybe one day I can go to Miami and enjoy the sport with you. All the best and good luck.
Well, Piero didn't know, but we were trying to listen. Juan Mata, from former player from Manchester United, saying, "Hi, FootGolfos. But anyways, I know it wasn't on the script. I just throw it in there. That's fun.
That's fine. Yeah, but Mata, of course, Mata. We talked about Mata yesterday. You remove it.
Did we?
Juan Mata. Juan Mata. Yes,
Oh,
it was.
sorry.
It was at the beginning. Juan Mata, great touch. He was in the commercial we saw at the beginning from Nike, so he knows what's foot golf. And what I always say, Mariano, when you retire from football, most of the players, they go straight to golf. They start playing golf. But what happens when you start playing golf?
Yeah.
That you suck. You suck for like what, 2, 3, 4 months? Yeah, it's social. It's where all the rich people are, and then you can hang out with some other maybe club managers or other former players. But you're gonna suck for a while. If you move into foot golf, that it's already a sport, it's established, you can compete. Then on day one, you will be competitive. You know. So if former footballers see that there is such a thing as foot golf, they will never try golf. Why? If it's, I don't know, it's harder. You're gonna get injured. Go play foot golf. I don't know. That's the way I see it.
Carlos
It's
Tevez.
probably the way everybody sees it,
That's what I'm saying.
except football players.
What I'm
who
saying
don't
is,
really see it.
Piero, is Carlos Tevez. Edu Vicerne made that happen. Carlos Tevez, he loves football. He loves football. He loves golf. So why in the world does he not love foot golf? Edu, make that happen. I know you are the only guy that I know that can even make a message get to him. So why not? So another unreachable person that we haven't talked, and with this last video we're gonna wrap the show up, is your beautiful interview with Mr. David Spicegerald.
Beckham. I think, Mariano, that he lied to me. That's all I can say. I tried to sneak in a question about foot golf during my interview about nothing related to foot golf. I got a little complaint from my boss for making that question. It was right at the end. And this is the truth about David Beckham knowing about our dear sport of foot golf. Roll it, man.
You know what? I'm not.
No?
Yeah, just give me a second. Sorry. The timing was perfect. I punched the thing on the right time, but I just realized that I never loaded. So bear with me. Tell another fun story about that day while we do this.
About that day with David Beckham, well, he smells very good. I said this yesterday. David Beckham.
What about you? You're an Englishman moving to Miami. Are you going to change your traditions? Like, for example,
we have no
Cuban coffee?
football course in Miami, and we know by a fact
This is chaotic.
he loves
I
football.
brought it in. I brought it out. It was chaotic. Hold on. Rewind. Repeat.
Okay.
Send it, and now I'm ready to play it.
Okay, David Beckham answering the question if he plays or not football. Check it out.
Wow, that was quick.
What about you? You're an Englishman moving to Miami. Are you going to change your traditions? Like, for example, tea to Cuban coffee?
I love Cuban coffee, actually. I had one this morning, which is why I'm still awake right now. So yes, obviously I'm going to be spending a huge amount of time here. My children will obviously go to school in London, so that will continue because they need stability in their life. But I plan on spending a lot of time here, and I mean, who wouldn't? It's Miami.
You know what? You ever play foot golf in your life? Foot golf?
Yes,
foot
I
golf.
have. Yeah, I have.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Vamos, estamos.
What a quick answer. That was it? I thought he was going to say, oh yeah, I played a guy with Ben. He's just like, yeah, football.
It's all the time I have. I don't know if
all
he
this time,
understands.
people have been waiting for an hour and a half just to listen. Yes, foot golf. We got you guys.
The funny thing is, the funny thing is, like, he probably understood. Do you play football? And we're like, yeah, I love football, of course.
Football, yeah, Manchester United, man, number 7 for life.
What an idiot question. Anyways, David, we're waiting for you. We know you watch FootGolfos. Please, if you listen to this message, David, push it for a foot golf course in Miami. Your team is gonna need it. Mental concentration is very important for your team. Foot golf is what you need if you want to become the MLS champion in the future. So train foot golf, create foot golf, and help us out, please.
I'm doing the wrap up symbol. I'm doing the wrap up symbol. I know you can't see me, but I'm doing the wrap up. No, TV wrap up. You know the symbol. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Well, how was it? I forgot this. No?
Oh man, last time out. Wrap it up is the circle, man. The circle around your head. Wrap it up.
Yeah,
there you go. Hey. So,
Mariano,
we know that we say share the show to win the polo for Fabian Ayala, but maybe we can do something special for the last one.
Yes, for the last show, guys, I want to give away this hat that View Sport did for me. It's a Piero Menor hat, not Footgolfos, but it's pretty cool. It's brand new, and I'm going to give it to whoever can guess how many chips are there in the following picture.
No,
the number...
put it in the comments. Put the picture in the comments section so people can actually see a high quality instead of just... You can show the phone too, but that's ghetto as F.
Okay. Let me see if I can do it. But
in the meantime,
but yeah, if you guess the question, you will get that that's for you. Let me see if I can do it here. Oh, but I have to do it in the phone.
I love that in the past 9 weeks we have been giving away so many things that I would love to have. I don't think I can post it. No? As a comment? What do you mean? You can go as Piero Menor and just share a photo on a comment?
No, not a photo. You can share photos on the live stream.
Oh, okay. So give me a second, and maybe I can put it on the screen.
Okay. But anyways, guys, just wrapping up the season. Thank you so much for all of you. Let me say hi to the people who are watching right now. Some of you loyal fans who have been here for the 9 shows. As we said, this is an 18 holes game. We are gonna stop on hole 9 just to get some water, food, relax a little bit,
beers,
beers, yes, and we hopefully will be back better, stronger, and
I mean, it's not that we're gonna disappear. We're still gonna send videos, like upload videos and share stuff on our social media. Sorry.
I love somebody throw a number. We don't even say what are we gonna.
They don't even know what the fuck we're doing, but they just say like, all right, fuck it, 27.
Okay, guys.
Hold on.
Mariano,
I'm there. Bear with me 1 second, man. This is not. Remember.
Okay, guys.
This is
look. Let me show you. I want to show people. Sorry, I'm gonna do something I shouldn't, but look. Look at this.
Full screen. Is that a hurricane here?
Wow, look at this. Wow, okay.
Very nice.
Tropical storm Footgolfos.
That was very nice, Pedro. All right, I'm ready. Sir. I'm ready for the fracking chip thing.
You ready?
Yes,
show that?
Show it right now. All right, the chip thing is up. How many chips are there? This is an original idea. Nobody did this ever before.
The number of chips is inside of here, so you.
Well, they're not. They're seeing the number of chips. So hold on. All right, the chips are there. So where is it, Piero? Can you show the people where it is? There you go. Show it. Yes.
The box has the number. I have a paper here with the number, so we don't make it up. The first one who guessed gets the Piero Menor hat, brand new hat for you, but you gotta.
All right.
People are throwing numbers. We're gonna see if somebody guessed. You can just
let's give some time. So in the meantime, let's remind people that this is not the only thing that we're giving away. Pierre's giving away his hat to whoever guesses the amount of chips in the photo that we just showed a few moments ago. But also we have Fabian Ayala's polo that we are giving away. Share the show. If we don't get to 100 shares, we're not giving away the jersey. I'm just saying it. Like literally, if we don't get to 100 shares, we're not going to do the raffle. Okay? So this.
I haven't seen the number yet. People throwing numbers. The number hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
People trying to guess. I love it. My balcony is about to disappear.
Yeah, and everything is starting to feel flaky here. Like.
Okay. Still, the number still hasn't been out there. We're waiting for that number. Waiting for that number to come.
We're never gonna finish the show like this, guys.
We're gonna finish the show with a lot of numbers, and our best wishes to all of you in the return to the golf greens. We'll keep creating content. We won't do this live show on Mondays, but we'll try to stay active. And FootGolfos is always a meeting point for all the FootGolfers.
I don't know who's watching now, but probably next Monday, instead of doing the live show, we can do the premiere of something that I worked during the year of the World Cup. It's a documentary that I was planning on doing. So my idea during the year of the World Cup in 2018 was to do a TV show called The Road to Marrakesh, which will highlight all how Team USA was selected. So I started the project because I was looking into working on a documentary, and I was looking into doing something for FootGolf that could be a step up of everything that has been shown before. Pierre is saying no, but yes, Piero. Everything.
Saying no to the numbers.
Okay, but
people are throwing
it
numbers.
looks like you don't agree with anything I'm saying. So
no,
this is the real reason, guys. Why is the show finishing? We don't agree with anything.
Oh, we got it! We got a winner! We got a winner!
You see, I needed to tell a story for the winner to come up. Nice. Please don't tell me Sean Ronfred.
Let me see who is the first one who said it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I did see it. Okay, guys.
Look at the
we got it. We got a winner. I just need to make sure it was the first person who said that number. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be very happy with this award and the hat. If I don't see this number again before, no, yes.
No,
the hat is gonna go to
drum rolls, please.
Norway 69. Your favorite number, Susie. Congratulations.
There's no way in the world. Okay, Peter. Okay. This.
Susie
okay. Hold on. Susie, amazing. But hold on a second. You're telling me that right here there are 69 chips?
Yes, I count them one by one. 69.
69 chips in.
Oh my God.
Oh, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah. We got a number alert.
This is Miami telling us that we are getting into water. So
avoid flooding areas.
It was very nice.
We live in an island.
Susie, congratulations. This hat is for you. That's 69. Give you the award. And wow. Sorry, this is like hurricane season. I have to go again here.
Right,
so
let's go with
Peter.
Peter reports. Hold on. Peter reports, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing it live from Miami, Normandy Isle, 33141. The rain is falling, ladies and gentlemen. Piero Minori is safe. We watched.
Okay, guys. So here's the beer. Cheers! Thank you for this amazing season. Whole 9.
You have to cheer to the right, Piero.
Oh!
I'm
Double check. I got
remember
69 a while ago. Oh my God! I think Inigo said 69 before Susie. Okay, we're gonna check that, Inigo, and if that's right, we'll give it to you. Otherwise, it will go for Susie.
I've been hanging here.
Thank you, guys. That's all I can say.
I've been hanging here with the beer. You were about to celebrate, and then you just like, oh!
You know me.
All right, Piero, a la derecha. Cheer with me. I don't know what you're doing. We're doing the live show. We haven't finished. Let's finish the show.
I'm writing comments and things, but anyways.
You're writing. I'm sending a message in WhatsApp. All right, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna send an email for work. Hold on. All right, let's finish the show, okay? Dude, come on. Let's finish the show.
Oh, to the right?
Yes, to the right. No, you went too far. Come back, and click it. Hit it. There you go.
Salud. Cheers to everyone.
Guys. Thank you so much for everything.
Season 2. Remember, it's Mariano's birthday on Friday, so don't forget to say happy birthday to Mariano Copello, and we're gonna go on the weekend to Tampa to play FootGolf, hopefully maybe to swim or to, I don't know. Who knows? Kayaking.
Yes.
Cheers. Thank you. Love FootGolf. Love you guys. See you next time.
For all of you who hang in there, thank you so much for an amazing run on these 9 weeks of pandemia. It's been an honor to produce this show with you guys, for you, and we'll be back. When? Only God knows. Bye-bye.
Bye. Listo. Dale, brother. Good shit, man. Sí. You know how it is. Dale, brothercito. Está escribiendo Paul Killick. Pierre Mariano, great shows over the last few weeks. Been extremely enjoyable listening. Although 11 p.m. starts are a bit after my bedtime. But seriously, any